All right. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Boy, we got a whole bunch of people are here already, huh? Let's see. Let me blow up this chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Holy crap. You guys have been here a while. All right, let's go, Bugs Rays. I'm just reading because I've seen a couple of you talking about some people, so I just want to read this. Give me a second. Let's see. Yeah, anybody know who the backup goalie is going to be for now? Hey, Kenneth. I'm not. I mean, I don't have. They brought up Drieger. Let's see. Yeah, we only have one goalie on the roster right now. Kenneth says, I think the Panthers will have getting a goalie like Gibson, maybe. iDog, we agree there about letting the other guys leave. Right. We could have kept Stolar, Stenlin. Yeah. We put Chucky on IR. IR or LTIR? Riley Smith out versus Preds for roster management purposes. Goodbye. I'm also moved to LTIR. Yeah. So he's on IR? Okay, I'm at the bottom now. So he's on IR. Can we still use Cap temporarily while he's on IR? I guess we can to bring somebody up, right? We called up Drieger. That can't be our permanent answer, right? Tell me that's not the. Oh, that makes me queasy. If you want Flyers goalie, you can take Fedotov. Yeah, exactly, Kenneth. I'm here. Welcome to my own channel, right? Cold. It got cold again, man. It's like 24 and windy. Okay, it's 31. I'm exaggerating. It's 31 and windy. It's still cold. So we called up Drieger. I know, iDog. That's what I'm saying, right? There's got to be another move coming. They can't really, because Drieger has not been playing well at all in the AHL. Unless they feel like his play has been a result of the AHL guys and not him. I mean, I don't know. He's going to get a game here, right? You would figure at some point, unless we get somebody this week. I says, are we over to Cap now? Well, they put Chucky on IR, which I guess for temporary purposes, we can use that space, right? Isn't that how it works? I see. Yeah, it's got to be another move coming, right? I mean, look at how Vegas beat us. They're the example, right? They beat us with Aiden Hill. What was he, like 3 or 4? He was like their 3rd or 4th goalie. We barely have 2 now. So there's gotta be another guy coming. You cannot go into the playoffs with just Bob Drieger and Cooper Black. There's gotta be another NHL quality backup guy coming. I can't imagine that there's not. All right, Kenneth. We'll move the important talk to the start of the stream. Gotcha. Derek says, I was thinking it was going to be Trouba, but Seth was a shocker. Did they do anything with Ekblad? Probably not. I think Ekblad will resign. Cheaper. But I don't know, man. Hey, Vincent. Hey, I was live last night, Vincent. We was, and it was, yeah. Hey, Bucks Rays. Tomorrow, man, I don't know. Tampa's really been playing well, obviously. I'm going to assume Jones will be on the ice for us first game tomorrow, right? Shouldn't be any problem with that. So, team's going to be jacked up. Mike says, the amount of panic coming from this fan base is stunning. The PTSD this franchise has sustained is far worse than originally thought. What do I think? So, I've seen some crazy takes on Facebook. I'm not one to like really criticize somebody and say that's a bad take, but I've seen some bad takes on Facebook, no doubt. I think the surprise came in. I think that like most people kind of probably felt, myself included, that if we was going to move Knight, we would have, or maybe we would have done it during the summer, because you can fix the defense, you can fix everything else. But if Drieger's our backup, if Bob, is out for 2 or 3 games in the playoffs, it's over. The whole thing comes crashing down. So I think we all kind of had confidence in Spencer Knight to still be able to play well if we had to put him in the playoffs. Drieger, I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I know Knight, future, number one. Right. I get it, Mike. Yeah. I mean, that's really my concern right now is like, you got Bob, Drieger, and Cooper Black. There's nothing else. So you got to figure somebody else is coming, and like, okay, so then what are we going to have to give up to get that dude, right? And so it's like, and iDog said it, and a couple of things that I do agree with, which is tough, is all the players that we've lost because we were paying Spencer Knight. So, I mean, like Lomberg, Stenlin, Stolars, we could have at least kept 2 of those guys, maybe, had we not, had we been able to trade Spencer Knight. But who knows if they were trying to move him last summer and they couldn't because they wanted him to come back and show he could play, right? Mike, no, I get that. I think Cooper Black might end up being better. I think the thing with now is just, like I said, if Bob stays healthy, great. Absolutely fantastic. Right? It could work out. Oh, but JC, Chucky, we don't need to replace him. He's not going anywhere. Vincent, I was live last night for an hour. What do you mean? I was live last night for an hour. Did you miss that? For the LTIR? Oh, well, no, maybe, if we're not we don't need another defenseman now at this point, probably not. Maybe we get somebody for the bottom 6, upgrade to 4th line. We need a backup goaltender, that's for sure. Yeah, Kachuckin on LTIR, right. Yeah, we got to get another goalie. Mike says, think about this. Toronto went out and got Stolars, fixed goaltending. Caps went out and got Thompson, fixed goaltending. Colorado replaced their whole tandem mid-season. That's true. Yeah, no, I mean, we got a week. We got to figure something out. Hopefully we don't have to give up too much, right? I mean, we just gave up Knight and a first. I kind of would have liked to see a 3-way deal, maybe, so we could have only had 30% salary or even only had to eat 50% with Knight and a first. But certainly this puts the onus on Ekblad to take a pay cut, and there's that too. No, because Knight's still got 1 more year, JC. Knight's still got 1 more year. Bob and Knight's contract is the same. So it has the potential to work out fantastic. If Jones plays well, which obviously we certainly can at least trust Zito and Maurice's player analysis, right? So if Jones plays as well as they think he can, and Bob stays healthy, that could be the difference between a cup or not, right? but if we traded Knight and something happens to Bob, or he's, like I said, he's even out for a few games in the playoffs, unless he's going to strap Seth Jones in net, we got a problem. Because what was Drieger's numbers? Let's look at Drieger's numbers. Mike says the 25% retained was big. Yeah, it didn't hurt. It makes it palatable because of the long-term deal. I get it, because of the cap going up. Let's look at Drieger's numbers. I mean, let's see. This year at the AHL level, he's been in 20 games. He's got a 2.97 and an 8.78. The last time he played NHL was 23-24 for the Kraken. He played in 2 games. The last time he played games of any significance, he played 27 games for Seattle in 21-22, and he was in 2.96 and an 8.99. And that was right after he was 2.07 and 9.27 with us. So if he's our third goalie going into the playoffs, but as our second goalie, I'm not pleased with that. Yeah, Silva, I kind of agree with you there about the pairings there. Yeah. Vincent says the only thing that surprised me was the first rounder, although it's a Panthers pick, so it's almost a second rounder. Maybe it's a perfect price. Another thing is no third team. That's what I kind of would have hoped, to get the salary down a little bit. I mean, we have the space. We still have the space, even with Jones in, because Knight's gone. We still have the space for Bennett and Ekblad. Does anybody think Cooper Black's ready to come up next year and be the backup? I says Drieger was the goalie for Seattle's AHL team last year when they went to the Calder Cup finals. Let me look at this. Hold on. But I'm not seeing. For the Coachella Firebirds, is that what you're talking about? 39 games with them. He had a 2.26 and a 9.17. So in Charlotte this year, he's been terrible. 2.97 and 8.78. What is that? Does he have any shutouts? No. So in Charlotte this year, he hasn't been good at all. But what you're saying last year is Seattle's AHL team. Yeah, he was definitely good then. 2.26 and a 9.17. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Right, we haven't seen Black that much, Vincent, I know. Do I want O'Reilly or Shen? Probably not. Probably not. I kind of feel good about where we are right now for the most part. We need another, quote, grinder off the bench, right? Unless we're going to try to upgrade 4C, I guess. Yeah, I said goalies take long to develop. Right. Columbus is, yeah, so we got, I think we did. Oh, they did, Damien? Okay. Rosado, I agree with you there, man. I agree with you. We could get him for free. I mean, we did get that fourth. Send that fourth back to Pittsburgh for Nola Shari. The fourth we got in the deal with Jones and Knight. Send it to Pittsburgh for Nola Shari, so at least we have somebody off the bench. I mean, look, if nothing else, this obviously shows us that Zito and Maurice feel they could win again. I don't know, Silva. Stamkos has been terrible. Stamkos has been bad. I think he's done. So Chucky on LTIR. All right. Vincent, somebody else said about the 26 and the 27 thing. I think 26, somebody said that was supposed to be included in the Chucky deal. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do, Windy City Hockey. I bet you do. It could turn out real well for you all, no doubt. Seth Jones wasn't going to be a part of whatever future you guys got in 3 to 5 years, but Knight could possibly be. There's a good get. So Chucky is completely all right. I think we kind of knew that. Scientist, Cooper Black, 1.63, 923, and 3 shutouts in Charlotte. Yeah. iDog says they must have really seen something they didn't like with Spencer Knight. Could he unfortunately be having mental health issues again? He was looking decent. I thought he was looking pretty good, obviously. But maybe it was the plan all the way around. I think somebody up above it said something similar to this, that maybe we tried to trade him in the summer and we knew that, or other teams wouldn't make a deal with us because they wanted to see him back at the NHL level playing well. And now that they saw that, we were able to turn him into assets. Maybe that was the plan from the beginning with all of this. Trading Bob for John Gibson. Holy crap. No, thank you. Right, so we got 8.7 right now. Holy crap. So that means we could basically go do whatever we want pending assets. Because we only gained 2.5 in we only gained 2.5 in cap with this deal right now. Windy City says a lot of Blackhawks fans hated Jones from the day he was traded to the Blackhawks, but now he's gone, so people in Chicago are happy. I did like Jones, but when he said he wanted out, I was like, screw him. And I get it, though, right? Dude wants to win a cup, you know, and Chicago's the management has not exactly been able to. At least the team should have been better at some point, but now they probably will be if Spencer Knight can help out. Yeah, get the Flames backup goalie. I'm there. Oh, so there's no official statement of Chucky on LTIR. I see. Okay. Well, that's going to make a big difference, right? iDog says, let Zito cook. Yeah, oh yeah, Chicago has a lot more problems in the net. Sure, no doubt. But Jones wasn't going to be Jones wasn't going to be a part of that any rebuild. That's for sure. Buckpedia is reporting Chucky as an LTIR. Kenneth says no, just no confirmation that he's out for the season. Right, yeah. Okay. That would make sense. I'm sure he's going to be back. Hey, I only got half of it right, though, Colin. if Vladard would have just stayed, like if we would have actually gotten Vladard from Calgary last night on the same night, then then it would have been something, right? Vincent says if we don't get Rantanen at $2.5 million, someone else will. So there's that. Yeah, but Carolina's not gonna. They're not gonna do it. Why would they help us? All right. So if he's on LTIR, that gives us plenty of money. We already traded Knight and a first. So what assets do we have left to go get anybody that we would be willing? I mean, I kind of feel like we're good on defense now, right? especially considering what we just gave up. I'm glad I never bought a Jones Blackhawks jersey. Zach says, see, Ekblad, guess that ship has already sailed. I know the whole Zito we trust thing, but let's remember he also made the Sherrod trade and the Drew trade. I love the guy. This is weird. I think we still have money to sign both, guys. We still have money to sign both. Both Bennett and Ekblad. We have money to do it next year. We only technically added $2.5 million to cap when you subtract Spencer's $4.5 million and the $7 million we're paying Jones. You know, if everybody takes up a little bit less, right? Well, it could have. It certainly, Rosado, it certainly forces Ekblad to be willing to take whatever Zito can give him or go on. Ekblad's going to take what we can give him, or he can go, and we have Ekblad insurance. Yeah, exactly, iDog. Not many teams are going to help us at all. Wendy, I would assume Jones is going to be. Oh, what number is he going to take? I don't know. There's nobody on the Panthers that's 3 or 4. I don't think. I think either one of those would be available. Hey, Hardwood. I feel okay about it. In terms of Jones, you got people to say he's not that great. You got people to say he's going to be great with us. I'll see it on the ice. But I trust Maurice and Zito to pick the right players. They obviously wanted him a lot. We needed a right-hander. We needed a pair for Mikkola. Problem solved. If we can get ourselves a quality backup goaltender that we feel comfortable with should something happen to Bob, then I think it works out for us. I think this is the last year we're paying Yandel. Yeah. Arbor says Eck is better than Jones. Jones is injured too much. Right. Yeah, communist, that's my feeling, is that the message to Ekblad is he's got to accept a team-friendly deal or out. Jones is going to take whatever number he gets. Yeah, we'll call Buffalo, right? With the Blue Jackets usually struggling, Columbus now 4 points back at catching both teams. Atlantic winner could now play Canes or Devils. How would that work out? Oh, Atlanta. I see what you're saying. iDog, am I nervous about breaking up Mikkola and Kulikov? No. I mean, I think it's a nice, solid option, but I think putting Kulikov on the bottom pair will benefit us. Kulikov's no youngster, and so maybe him playing a few fewer minutes might help out a little bit. I mean, he's playing fantastic, but you got to assume they're going to keep Kulikov with, or move Kulikov down and put Jones with Mikkola. Yeah, and that too, Zachary. We needed a right-handed shot for the power play. Yeah. Harwood, I don't know about that. Cooper Black, this kid we got, Cooper Black, could possibly be better than, I mean, I think he's 6'8", not on skates. He's a big dude. Look him up in the AHL. He's been playing out of his mind recently. That could be the guy that the Panthers are looking for, you know, and like I said last night, if Bobrovsky has decided that he wants to extend even for a year or two, you had to move Spencer Knight because he was going to be due a contract and he was going to be due another raise because he's an RFA. Somebody would have offer sheeted him. So at least we got something back out of the deal, but just the timing of it right now before the playoffs, needing a backup goalie is where our problem is. But I think they like Cooper Black for the goalie of the future. They must at this point. Hey, Trey, late night, just getting here, but goddamn it, I hate this trade. Trey, I thought you and Dana were screwing with me. I scrolled all the way to the bottom. Silva says I took a sip of... You wouldn't mind Schmen. Zachary says, I like Cooper Black, but I'm going to miss Spencer. It's really odd, the timing of it, but, either the Blackhawks were not willing to take our prospects or we weren't willing to give them up. Certainly, I'd rather move Spencer Knight to Mackie Samoskevich, right? If only we had Adam Boquist. Seth Jones doesn't play defense. We have to hope he's just loafing it in Chicago because Chicago sucks. Our best bet is we got a guy with a bad attitude. Yeah. Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, he's on LTIR, right? I get it, Trey. I mean, the way I'll look at it is let's just see how he plays with us, right? You see it both ways. Guys move on and do worse. Guys move on and do better. Certainly, if you're in his shoes, you just went from hell to heaven, right? You just went from I'm never going to win a game to if I play right, we could win a cup, right? So that's got to improve the man's attitude. What I think we're getting now when we have cap space for the deadline, whatever our assets could get us, I suppose. We need another bottom six guy at this point, but now we need a backup goaltender unless they're really going to go with Drieger. I mean, what are they going to do? Put Drieger in? We only have Monday and Thursday. The trade deadline's Friday. So what are they going to do? Throw Drieger out there Thursday, see how he does, and base it on that? There's got to be somebody else coming. Wendy City says, Jones had a good attitude in Chicago until last week when he said the media basically get me out of here. Bovar says, as you know, I'm a Vegas fan. My brother is a Panthers fan. We came to the conclusion last night that our team sold our souls for their cups and dumped anybody they thought was a liability to win such. That's kind of true. Do we want Shen? I don't know. Let's look. I don't know. I was actually watching the video that involved him earlier today. What's his minutes? Certainly the Blues might be willing to move on from him. What's he playing? Where's his minutes? 17 a night. So he's still on the second line. What's his contract? Is he on the last year of his deal? Let's see. Come on, let's go. Wake up. He's got term. Shen's got term. Shen doesn't become a free agent until 28, and he's got a cap hit of 6.5. Nah. I mean, our top nine is already so over full. Tim says, Zito, we must trust. Everyone was saying Calgary robbed us in the Kachuk trade. We know how that turned out. Oh, yeah, Vincent, I know that there's backups available. My concern is who's going the other way. What's going the other way, right? What's going the other way? Are we going to have to now give up Sordif for a backup goalie, right? Because just add that to the cost for Seth Jones, right? Did Chicago not have a backup goalie they could have sent the other way? I hear you, Mike. Yeah, Trey. Dane and I were talking about that earlier about Demko. Yeah, remember when we traded for Montour and he was supposed to be a 7th D-man defenseman, right? Mike, I agree there. It's gotta improve his mindset. Ethan says, remember Logan Thompson was traded for 2 third-round picks. I'm sure Zito can arrange something. That's a good point. Yanni Gord's hurt, Rosado. It's a groin. Yanni Gord we already did that last week. He's out. What about O'Reilly? Let's see. You're talking about Ryan O'Reilly, right? Yeah. Because again, I was watching something. No, why did it take me to Morgan? I don't want Morgan. I want Ryan. Damn it. Try this again. Let's look at his contract. Ryan O'Reilly contract. There we go. Okay. He's got a cap at 4.5, and it expires 26-27. So I mean, that would still be an expensive get for the bottom line, right? That would still be an expensive, even if you got half price, you're still looking at 2.25. That could be somebody that you could add him for the playoff run, but then you got to be able to move him again. Because I don't think we want to spend that kind of money on the bottom, on the 4th line next year. I'm just scrolling down to the bottom because the chat's going pretty fast. Right now, Wild and Crazy Guy, it's Drieger. Right now. Yeah, too expensive, right. Riley Smith is out of the lineup for reasons. Probably going back to Vegas. Huh? Probably going back to Vegas. Trey says, we throw an extra pick to Pittsburgh, they'll put Nedeljkovic in for the Sid trade, right? Vincent, you think 4th and Sordif? Yeah, Vladar is available. He looked pretty good. Yeah, I'll take Lankinen. That's what I didn't care for, Chicago. Trey says Chicago owes us some more salary retention. Let's do a 3 with Anaheim and get Gibson on Chicago's dime. Zachary, how many more trades? I mean, honestly, well, if we're going to get each player on an individual basis, my assumption would be that we got to have one more guy for the bottom 6, even if it's just a guy off the bench, and we got to have another backup goalie. Even if Drieger's the backup, we don't have a viable NHL 3rd goalie right now, I don't think. So we got to get somebody. Can't go into the thinking you're going to win a Stanley Cup with only really one goalie. You got to have 2. Yeah, Chucky's on LTI, but that's all right. He'll be back. He'll be back. For you guys, the Blackhawks, for not wanting to retain a ton of Jones' salary, which is kind of I'll look Rosado. Wendy, that was kind of why I was hoping maybe it'd be a three-way deal. Everybody could eat 30. Where is Vetrano? We've already looked this up because it was on my phone. Vetrano making $6 million a year, and he's got term. When is he? Vetrano making. Wait a minute. Is it $6 million? No. Average salary is 4.5. 4.5, but he's signed until 28. It's too expensive. Yeah, he just signed a deal. Yeah. Sunshine says we won the cup already without the LTR IR shenanigans. Yeah, but this year it's a legitimate. It's a legitimate thing. Obviously, we know Chucky's hurt. Right, I get it, Wendy. Yeah, with the 5 years left, I'm surprised it was Knight and the first for just 25%. Maybe Knight to the Blackhawks, and they retain 25%, and the first to the third team, and they retain 25%, and then we get Jones at 50%. That seems like that would have been a little bit more. I think Knight for Jones and a first and 25%. I think that's a really good deal for Chicago. As you're the Chicago dude, so I'm sure you're happy about that. I would have preferred only 50%, considering our cap situation. But I get it. 5 years is a long time. Yeah, set in hell, right? Right. Right. We don't know what was up with Knight behind the scenes. Well, they must like Cooper Black a lot. And what's not to like? The dude is 6'8", right? That's a big dude. We know the goalies are getting bigger. That's the name that we talked about last night, Steven, about maybe the Rangers would be willing to sell Jonathan Quick. Yeah, I'd be comfortable with him at 2. Zachary, we haven't heard the timetable. We haven't heard the timetable about Chucky. I think we all assume playoffs. But LTIR seemed like that's the best move. Can we sign Yager to play? Buck says, all of a sudden you don't hear Florida Panther fans complaining about how funny how it works when your own team uses your rival's tactics, and they should until the NHL actually does something about it. Yeah, I think what Vegas did is a little bit off, right? I think obviously everybody could tell Chucky was pretty hurt, pretty bad. Marchman for the 4th line, I'll take that. You don't think Bedard will stay in Chicago? Well, they've got his rights for quite some time, though. Right? I think Cooper Black is still only 23. Yeah, Tampa did it first, but remind me who it was? Who was on was it Kucherov that was on LTIR for? Yeah, it was Cooch. That's right. Yeah. Cooper Black is 6'8", 223. He's 23 years old. He's 23 years old. He'll be 24 this summer. Right now, in Charlotte, he's played 11 games. He's got a 1.63 and a 9.23. So there's that. Now, his numbers before that, he's kind of been all over the place, playing at Dartmouth and everything else. But this is the first real time that he's getting at Charlotte. He's got 11 games. He's 8-2. I believe that's 8-2. Yeah, he's 8-2 with a 1.63 and a 9.23 with 3 shutouts. So maybe the Panthers kind of figure he's the dude instead of Spencer Knight. And then we're just at a point where we just got to make sure we've got a viable backup for Bob for the playoffs. And it could be a win for us if Black ends up better than what we thought Knight was going to be. Then yeah, exactly, communist. It could turn out to be a win for us. Who's going to be our backup goaltender? What are we going to have to give up for him? Like if you give up Sordif, but you get, I don't know, maybe Gibson. I don't know if we can get somebody of that caliber. But if we get an upper echelon guy for Sordif, and in terms of this season, we're going to be locked and loaded. Oh, Guzda. Guzda got hurt, and he's not been playing anywhere. I keep looking this up, and the only information we find is like in February where he'd had like some kind of back injury or something, and he hasn't played. So I don't know what's going on with him. He hasn't played much in the last couple of years. Windy City's Wednesday, I might buy a night jersey at the game. I would wait a little bit on that unless they're going to extend him. I would wait till they extend him. Rosado says, knowing the Panthers will probably trade Cooper Black in 5 years for some veteran player, right? Harvard says we can't do that thing during the national anthem anymore. Yeah, I think maybe they're still going to do it one more time. I guarantee you they're still going to do it Monday as a goodbye to Spencer Knight. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Yeah, Zachary, he's on LTIR. Mike says, Knight could sign with the Cats in the summer. I'd wait on the jersey. Yeah, I would wait on that jersey. I agree with Mike. I would wait. That kid's got good management. That's how he got that $4.5 million out of us. What message would I give to Spencer? Here's your shot, kid. That's what I would say to Spencer is here you go. Here's your shot. Team sucks, but you get your opportunity now. Bovar. Don't even say that. Don't even say that. Oh, my God. Let's get Markstrom. I would assume he's not available, though, right? He was good this year, no doubt, Harwood. Don't be a nuisance, Spencer. Where is Kemper, by the way? I know, it says, the way I see it, the only teams that might help us are the Preds, Sharks, Kraken, Ducks, maybe Penguins and Sabres. Everyone else is still fighting for a playoff spot. No, Stamkos. No, thanks. We're good. I think Tampa should trade Gensel for Stamkos back is actually what I think is what I think Tampa should do, just because I think that would be best for them. Gensel, they don't need Gensel. They need Stamkos back. When he says, I was always a fan of Spencer Knight and one of the Blackhawks that have drafted him in 2019. Then the Blackhawks moved up to third overall. Vladar, I agree with you, scientists. Let's go get Vladar. I know, Bucks raised. That's why I want you to do it. I know, and I don't think it's right. I think for sentimental's sake, you guys should undo the mistake you made. Take Stamkos back. Send Gensel to Nashville. You know, that's hardcore, man. You guys just threw him out the door, found his replacement, and got better. That's how you win, man. That's how you win. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that kid from Vladar, right? Hey, Simon. I'm joking, Harwood. I'm joking. Yeah, why would they trade? Oh, I see. Why would they trade a Hall of Famer for trash? Mrazek, maybe. So, Simon, in terms of yesterday, I understand the deal. I think the deal actually, let's put it this way. I think it has a better chance of us looking back and us feeling like it worked out than not. Unless Jones comes here and sucks and Spencer Knight turns into Patrick Waugh, which could still, maybe not Patrick Waugh, but there's about a 70% chance this works out in our favor, maybe 80%, depending on who we get as a backup goaltender for the rest of this year for the playoffs. It's got to be another move coming. Yeah, 8.7. Vincent says, I can see Forsberg or Vladar, but it won't be cheap. Right. Sunswine, you think Owen Tippett 2.0? Well, that was a little bit different, though, because Giroux was a rental, right? That was a little bit different because Giroux was a rental. So, at least we didn't give up Sam Miskevich. Oh, God. That would have been awful. But when when I first found out about the trade, the first text I saw was Trey. And he tells me to trade. And Trey will send me fake trades sometimes to just get me going, especially if it's players that he knows I don't want to see move. So I saw his trade, and I'm like, yeah, right, Trey. Ain't no way we're trading Spencer Knight for Jones. Come on. And then the next text was from Dana, and she was telling me the same thing. And so I'm looking at my phone, and I came out of the bedroom, and I had this look on my face. And I'm just looking at the phone like side-eye. And Donna's at the table, and she had just gotten the notification on her phone because she follows the NHL and the Panthers now. So she's got her phone, and I'm still half thinking that Dana and Trey got together and are screwing with me. So Donna's got her phone out. She's like, I think you want to see this. And I'm like, shit, it's real. They really did it. So I was shocked at first because I didn't think Spencer Knight would be the guy on the way out. No, Trey. No, we immediately went live. When she told me what happened, and then I told her what it was, we immediately, she's like, we got to go live. We got to go live now, which is good because I knew I had to go live, but I didn't want to interrupt the evening. So I was kind of concerned about what her reaction was going to be when I said we need to take a timeout on the evening's festivities and go live. It was her idea. So I chose very wisely this time, people. I chose very, very wisely, to say the least. So we went live, and that's why I never responded to you, Trey, because I just immediately dragged the laptop in here. I'm stoned. I mean, I was out of my mind. But it's like, all right, we're doing this. Yeah, no doubt, Rosado. Vincent. I didn't believe it, man. I kind of felt like if we was gonna, we woulda with him. We lost so many players 2 years in a row to keep him, right? So it didn't feel like we were gonna do it. you know. Oh, I appreciate that, Rod. Rod, you're a good kid. Huh? You are. I know I call you a kid. I hope you don't take that personal. Everybody under the age of 40 is a kid when you get to be this old. Rosado, that's probably right. Jones is sort of the Brandon Montour replacement. I don't think Ekblad's going anywhere. But ask Vincent. Apparently, Vincent knows everything. So that's okay. All I can do is predict guys getting traded. That's all I'm good for. Scientist says, I actually think that Jones is exactly the right-handed offensive defenseman that we needed to complement Mikkola in the second pair. Probably agree. Hey, Lance. Some people, when an old person calls them a kid, they take it personally. Hey, oh my God, Mike just started a whole bag of shit right there. 8.7 is enough for Brady. Yeah, exactly, Simon. That is exactly the way to put it. After the stream, at the end of the day, I went to bed very happy. Yes, that is exactly how exactly. So that's exactly enough for Brady Tkachuk. Shit. So now what do we do? Well, I had made a deal for Tkachuk on Facebook just in passing. But we can't do it now because it was Erod, Cooper Black, Sordiff, and a first. But the first is gone, and you can't trade Cooper Black now because you traded Spencer Knight. Trey says, I'll be fair and say Jones can be power play quarterback and help there since he's really a forward, but we needed defensive help, and he's really a forward. And I get what you're saying. But if he plays the offensive role and Mikkola plays the stay back defensive role, maybe it'll work. How do I watch Panther games in my neck of the woods? Most of them are on ESPN Plus, and then Austin and Amanda help us out with some of the streaming services, so Colin and I don't have to pay just to watch that. But I would say 80% of the games are on ESPN Plus, and then the rest are like on Max and TNT and all of that. It used to just be turn on DirecTV and we get the games, but all that is exploded into oblivion until DirecTV and Scripps can get together on a regular deal. Gudis, I can't imagine we get Gudis now. Yeah, make Jones a forward. Yeah, Brady. Yeah, you're right, Harvard. At this point, if Brady came, Bennett would have to be gone, right? Oh, I bet Tampa would like to have Brady. No doubt about that. So Gudis and Gibson from the Ducks. Jeez. The problem though is term, because it doesn't. It fits now. We could fit them now. But we'd have to send Bennett. We'd have to send Bennett, right? All right, Rosado. I'll check it out. And I don't know that Gudis was one of the ones I thought we were going to maybe try to make a move on. Instead, if the price for Seth Jones got too high. What I want to know, here, think about this for a second. What did Chicago want that Zito negotiated? In other words, what was Chicago asking for if they got Spencer Knight in the first? What the hell were they asking for? Who mentions keeps saying, no, we cannot trade Sam Miskevich. Oh, Sam Bennett. There are other options, plus the Ducks have to retain money on Gibson for sure. He's overpaid. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think I was saying if we had, well, if we got Gibson and Gudis, I mean that money. The problem is the term on because Gudis has years left. What about Gibson's contract? How long is his contract? Boy, he's got a 6.4. How the hell are we supposed to pay this dude then, Bob? And he doesn't become a free agent until 27. So he's got a 6.4 cap hit. I guess if they wanted to contain 50% and Gudis has one more year, can you imagine that? He's got 4 years and it expires after the next season. So Gudis and Gibson, at that point, Ekblad would definitely be gone. At that point, Ekblad would definitely be gone. But for the rest of this year, it would be Ekblad, Forsling, Mikula, Jones, Kulikov, Gudis. Give me, yeah, I like that. I'm good with that. Oh my God, I like that. And then Gibson in a backup. But long term, even if they retain 50%, I think at that point, one of Ekblad or Bennett by the numbers would have to be gone because you'd still be paying Gibson like 3.2 and Gudis 2, which is probably about 2 or 3 million more than we want to pay out of those positions combined. So you'd have to figure at that point, it'd be real tough. You'd have to really pick between paying Sam Bennett whatever he wanted and letting Ekblad go. Ain't that the truth, Harwood, right? Scientist, no, I don't know about parting with Schmidt either. He's been playing pretty decent. Simon, we got to get a goalie now at this point. Yeah, NHL Aviation about Riley Smith. I don't imagine that's something we'd be looking at. I don't really see the need to put him on our team. Only thing we need is basically fourth line depth guys. We especially when Tkachuk comes back, we've just got so many top 9 guys. How is Lyon doing? He's in Detroit, right? Right. So, I mean, Detroit's going to be in the playoffs. So I doubt that they'd want to move on from him. Right now, he's playing really well. If they traded him, they'd be in the same hole we are, right? I can't imagine they'd want to move on. All right, Rosado. Yeah, Tampa's got almost $6 million to spend too. Tampa's not playing around. Detroit is 8th now. Yeah, they're going to make the playoff. They might make the playoffs. So I can't imagine what team is, teams normally don't trade away their backup goalies this time of year that are definitely going to be in a playoff spot. Tomorrow could definitely be a playoff preview, no doubt. No doubt about that. Yeah, Harvard says, man, just 6 or 7 years ago at this time, we were sellers planning for the following year. Every year. It's a completely different world now. Lance says, I'm fine losing Ekblad, run it back, get another cup. It could happen, but I think it was JC. I think JC had mentioned that he actually had an exchange, a pleasant exchange with Ekblad a couple weeks ago at practice. And basically, Ekblad sort of said, I'll sign whatever they give me to stay. So, I mean, we don't know the conversations that Zito has had with Ekblad, with Bob, right? We don't know if Bob's gonna. We don't know if Bob is gonna want to stay for another couple of years. Yeah, Bucks Rays old Vasilevsky is back. I was concerned about that. He finally got healthy after that back surgery. IDK a little bit, no big deal. It just happened like we just confirmed it on the stream, so no big, not that late. The LTIR is retroactive to February 20th. Right. Makes sense. All right, Rosada, you sent it to Flying Fluffy Hockey? Give me a second. I got to log in. I don't know if I'm logged in. Did you say to there or to Just Real Coaching? I got it here. I found it. The heck is that? Got to check that email. Oh, you lucky. Rosado, man, when was this? Hold on, I'll. It's so big I can't. Hold on, I'll share the screen. Hold on, Rosado. I'll share the screen. Where is that, Rosado? What ride is that? What ride is that? Hold on, let me share it. Hold on, this is Rosado and Spencer Knight. Where's the screen? Can I share that screen? Should be able to share this. Yeah. Oh, it's at the Marlins Stadium. Okay. Oh, it looked like rides. I see now. Yeah. Nice picture, Rosado. Good job. Damn it. Yeah. Good pick. Good pick. Oh, well. Sorry, bud. It was during Panthers night. That makes sense. All right, let me blow the chat back up so I can read it. Julian says, not happy if Knight is gone. Could have kept Stolars and Monty or Stolars, Stenlin, and OEL. Those are all better options than Jones. Better hope Bob stays healthy. That's the biggest thing is better hope Bob stays healthy. Yeah. So, but here's the thing, Julian. On one hand, I do agree. I do understand that. The other part to it, though, my assumption would be that if Zito tried to move Spencer Knight during this previous summer, teams would have not wanted to pay anything for him because they would have wanted him to go back to the NHL and prove that he could play again after the whole player assistance program. So it's possible that this was kind of sort of the plan all the way along, was to just get him back in the NHL, show teams that he could play well, and then move on from him. That could have been the plan all the way around once you see it from a distance now. Oh, no fishing yet. Almost, we're so close, Simon. Like another week. It got cold again these last couple of days, so that's going to slow things up a little bit. But I think by the end of this week, we've had like a few days in the mid-50s. I should be able to go down there and finally, I got to get the rods and everything ready this week. Julian says, I guess Zito found out Bob was going to play a little bit longer. That could possibly be it, right? Michael, yeah, no, we still have time. We still have time to pick up a goalie. Yeah. We still have time to pick up a goalie. Yeah. Rosado says, anyone I get close to gets traded. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, sorry, but I get it. You know, we'll be all right. No one wanted Jones' promise. His contract was like in the top 10 of worst contracts in the NHL. I was disappointed it wasn't 50%. I would have liked to seen Knight to Chicago, the first to the bumper team to retain. So Chicago gets 25, bumper team retains 25, and then we get Jones at 50%. I think that would have been good. Michael says someone in another stream made a good point that Maurice can squeeze out Jones' full potential, or blue line will be decent. And that's kind of what I'm feeling too, is like, I'm going to trust Zito and Maurice's player, their player evaluation. You know what I mean? If they feel like what they see from Jones, that they can make it work for us, why not? Why not? We'll be in good shape. Just got to fix backup goaltender. Scientist says, Knight had no trade value this past offseason. By us playing him, we raised his worth and now is tradable. That seems to be the way of it. You know what I mean? At least they didn't trade Mackey. If they would have traded Mackey, I wouldn't have been live last night, because the laptop would have been frisbeed off the roof, and I would have flown off the roof trying to catch the laptop. That would have been the end of me. So at least they didn't trade Mackey. Yeah, it's a very cool photo, Rosado. Very cool photo. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to roll. Voice is wearing out. We did all the extra work last night. Thank you all for joining me. Appreciate it. We got games tomorrow, so I'll be live noon tomorrow. Members podcast will be back tomorrow. And then Kyle and I will be live tomorrow night. Exactly, Trey. Exactly. All right, everybody, go to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I hope it's getting warm wherever you live. We're not quite here yet. Not quite. Yeah, at least Lundell. Oh, my God. You're right, Julian. You're right. All right, everybody. Peace.